Okay, so a very good morning to one and all present here, dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to the technical session 1D. Myself, Gargi Kalra, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 8th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Intelligent Systems, ICTIS 2024, Ahmedabad, India. The 8th international edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was organized in Ahmedabad, India on 4th April 2024 and virtual event is being held through Zoom today, that is 5th of April 2024. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will get 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for the questions and answers. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected throughout the day. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we get started, I would like to introduce you all to the chair of this session, Dr. Pankaj Chandre. He is currently working as an associate professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, MIT SOC, MIT Art, Design and Technology University, Loni Kalbor, Pune, currently handling the responsibility of TCS ION ERP coordinator. Sir, would you like to say a few words for our participants?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to one and all, and thank you, madam, for nice introduction. So, best of luck to all the presenters, and definitely we will enjoy this knowledgeable session. So, I think we will start with presentation now.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So let's start with the presentations. So the first paper we have is Analyzing Sentiment in Netflix User Opinions, a Statistical Examination, and this will be presented by Vishnu Achyuta Menon. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Okay. I think it's visible now.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. So our research is titled Analyzing Netflix Sentiment in Analyzing Sentiment in Netflix User Opinions. Okay, a statistical examination. So myself, Vishnu from Christu Jayanti College, Bangalore. So we all know the rise of digital streaming platforms. So makes a paradigm shift in the entertainment landscape. Redefine. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So sorry to interrupt. Please play your presentation.
I think.
Actually,
hope you can see my.
Yeah, your slides are visible right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So simply you have to play that presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Now is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. So the rise of digital. Sorry, I'm using my mobile phone. That's a problem. Okay. The rise of digital streaming platforms makes a paradigm shift in the entertainment landscape. So how it redefining how individual access and engage with the content. So among these platforms, we all know Netflix stands out as a trailblazer, offering an unparalleled selection of movies and TV shows that cater to a wide spectrum of taste and preferences. So here, user opinions serve as a valuable insights that offer a window into audience preferences, attitudes, and behaviors. So for Netflix, deciphering these sentiments is instrumental in enhancing content curation, redefining recommendation algorithms, and fostering deeper connections with users. So we have three objectives. First, objective one is to know the sentiment expressed by Netflix users in their opinions and reviews, to understand the patterns of sentiments and its classifications as negative, positive, and neutral, to build and evaluate performance of the model and examine the factors influencing sentiment of user opinions across variables such as rating and listing. So we have these hypotheses to answer our three objectives. Now, coming to methodology, here we have used a secondary data set that we have used it from Kaggle with the permission. It consists of 8,000 titles of Netflix movies and TV shows, which is, I think it is updated till 2023. Okay, which is still available in Kaggle. At the right side, you can see the, the data set screenshot. So here we have used the analysis techniques which involved the utilization of sentiment analysis using machine learning to analyze textual data collected from the respondents. NLP techniques such as stemming, removal of non-essential words, punctuation, and stop words were applied to convert free text responses into sentiment scores. So these scores were derived using the bag of words concepts, categorizing response into positive, negative, and neutral. A word cloud approach was adopted to identify, to study the occurring words in the responses. Then the data underwent further analysis, including conversion textual data into variety scores through machine learning algorithms such as random forest plot, confusion metrics, and multi-nominal regression. Now, at the right side, you can see the word cloud analysis. So here, some of the words that has been occurred was new, life, when, young were the keywords that frequently occurring among the responses. So these words could be utilized by OTT platforms to develop themes for new programs and movies. Now, at the right side, you can see the multi-nominal regression coefficients. So it was applied to predict sentiment using the independent variable scoring and rating. So the model's coefficient indicate the impact of each predictor on the log odds of the corresponding sentiment category relative to the baseline category. For the neutral sentiment category, the intercept is 0.516 and the coefficient for score is rating low and medium is 0.119, minus 1.281 and minus 0.781 respectively. So the residual defines is 210.5834 and the AIC is 226.5834, suggesting a reasonable fit for the model. So after multi-nominal regression predicted the sentiment scores, the researchers created the confusion metrics. At the right side, you can see the metrics. So this analysis emphasized on the classification as true negatives, as 184 instances were correctly predicted as negative. 0 instance were incorrectly predicted as positive. 1 instance was incorrectly predicted as negative. 221 instances were correctly predicted as neutral, and 659 instances were correctly predicted as positive. So you can, at the bottom, you can say the notation accuracy, precision, recall value, specificity, and F1 score. So the sentiment analysis model demonstrates exceptional performance with an accuracy of 99% a confidence interval of 95%, ranging from 99.48 to 100%, and a kappa value of 99.83. So the model significantly outperforms non-information rate of 61.88. Now the figure at the right side, you can see the the model is highly reliable, proving near perfect accuracy and strong agreement with actual classes, making it exceptionally effective for the classification task. Now the figure at the right side, you can see the shows that rating is having significant impact on creating positive sentiment. However, the duration creates less positive sentiment. So this bring alarms to the OTT operator and media persons to focus more building positive sentiment in rating aspects. Now, in the last phase, the researchers apply some insights into the model performance for each individual class. So this helps in assessing the ability to correctly classify instance within the specific categories. So at the right side, you can see the specificity, sensitivity, specificity, positive, predicted value. So I'll read out these are the results. First one is sensitivity. The proportion of actual positive instances correctly identified by the model for each class. It indicates how well the model identify instances of that class. Specificity is a proportion of actual negative instances correctly identified by the model. So it is particularly relevant for binary classification problems. So positive predictive value, that is precision. The proportion of predicted positive instances that are actually positive, it provides an indication of how many of the predicted positive instances are true positives. So coming to the conclusion, the regression analysis reveals insightful connections between the predictors and sentiment categories. So with a remarkable accuracy of 99.75 with a tight 95% confidence interval. So the model exhibit strong predictive performance. So overall, the analysis highlights the pivotal roles in score and rating in determining sentiment, especially rating influence on positive sentiment. So these insights can guide the decision making of OTT operators to make the media professionals to emphasize the factors contributing to positive sentiment ratings. So these are some of the selected references that we have used in the study, not fully, but some of the selected references that used in presentation. Thank you.
Vishnu sir,
Yes, sir.
nice presentation.
Thank you.
Yes, but I have 2-3 questions.
Yes, sir.
So basically, you are going to identify patterns of
Yes.
sentiments, and then you are going
Yes.
to classify.
Yes.
So just tell me something
First,
about that.
I would like to how we have carried out. I am from media background. I'm from media studies department. So there are 2 media studies teachers who are involved in the study, and one computer science engineer, and one from commerce. So that's why how we have come up with an interdisciplinary research. Yes, sir.
Which algorithm you implemented? Vishnu sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So which algorithm you implemented?
We have used NLP techniques.
Okay, actually, I think you have mentioned random forest.
Random forest model. Yes.
Yes. Just tell me something how it works.
Basically, here you can see how we have classified. This is, you know, from a sample, it classifies the, this responses into, like into groups.
Okay, multiple groups you are going to classify, and then you are going to merge, or you are going to take one decision on the which of them.
Exactly. I've seen how, it works.
Okay, I think you are not fully from technical background. Am I
No,
right?
no, I'm not from tech. I know how to do it. I told you, there is one team. There are 4 members who have participated. So, yes.
Okay, no issue. Thank you. I'm done from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you, Vishnu, for your presentation.
Thank you.
So let's move to the next presentation. And the next presentation we have is deep learning model for the prediction of rainfall. And this will be presented by Jyotika AS. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes.
So, myself, I am Jyotika. Good morning, all. My presentation is on the topic Deep Learning Model for the Prediction of Rainfall, and the authors are Dr. Pramod P. Nair, Jyotika AS, and Rashmi P. I start the presentation by describing the prediction of rainfall and the deep learning models, methodologies, results and discussion, and finally conclusion and future work. So coming to the introduction part. Prediction of rainfall. Rainfall is the process of forecasting and estimating the amount of prediction, usually in the form of rain, that is likely to occur in the particular area over a given period. Rainfall prediction is significant for several resources such as including agriculture, water resource management, flood management, and energy production. Here we are using deep learning models like LSTM GRU, hybrid LSTM GRU, and bi-LSTM. RNN are well suited for sequential data analysis. Type of RNN are LSTM and GRU, and the advanced method of RNN here used here is hybrid LSTM GRU and bi-LSTM. The stock LSTM network hybrid LSTM GRU model are referred from the papers of Pankaj Malhotra and Safar is given in the reference page. The first model is LSTM, long short-term memory. As we know, RNNs can suffer from the vanishing gradient, so LSTM can explicitly design to avoid the long-term dependency problem. They are actually focused on the resolving the vanishing gradient problem by itself. This is the pictorial representation of LSTM. It divided into the four components such as memory cell, forget gate, input gate, and output gate. Memory cell is basically used to remember, and forgetting things is based on the context of the input. Forget gate is a sigmoid layer that takes input from the previous hidden state and the current input data, and the output of the forget gate ranges between 0 and 1 because of the sigmoid function. 0 means forget completely and 1 means keep completely. Forgetting things is done on by the pointwise operation, and finally add things to the memory set. Input gate is also similar to the forget gate. It designs what information to update based on the previous hidden state and the current input. And finally, the output gate is again a sigmoid layer. Take information from the cell state of the hidden state is also taken input from the previous hidden state, and the current input is determined um, from the information should to what to the output. This is the corresponding equations of the LSTM model. Here, W's are the ways corresponding to the input and the hidden state, and B, H, B, I, B, G, and BO are the bias uh, corresponding to the gate. The next model is GRU, gated recurrent unit, is to solve the vanishing gradient problem of the RNN. GRU has two gates, update gate and reset gate. Update gate, the model to determine how much of the past information need to passed along with the future, and the reset gate, the model to decide how much of the past information to forget. This is the pictorial representation of GRU model, and this is the equation corresponding to GRU model. Here also W's and U's are the weights corresponding to input and the hidden state respectively. The next model is hybrid LSTM GRU. This is the pictorial representation of the model. It combines both LSTM and GRU type of RNN. The advantages of both the LSTM and GRU architecture are combined in this hybrid LSTM GRU model. The model can capture short-term and long-term dependency in the input sequence. The next model is bi-LSTM LSTM, that is bidirectional LSTM model. It designed to it consists of two LSTM layers such as forward and backward LSTM. Combine the state to get output HT from the bidirectional block. This is the equation corresponding to the bi-LSTM model. Next is coming to the methodological part. The data set we used is time series data, forecasting the time series data for the future value by using the trends and patterns observed from the previous data. The data set is taken from ERA5. The data set consists of 20,000 rows and two features, total precipitation and consecutive precipitation. Total precipitation is occur when the uh, it's the total amount of liquid that frozen water that falls to the earth's surface, and constrictive precipitation is occur when warm moist air rises rapidly and uh, cools and causing the water vapor in the air to contain the two clouds and form to consist of clouds. And uh, next, coming to the results and discussion part, we clean and the pre-process the data by splitting the data into train, vanish, and test set. We know As we know, the vanishing set is used to adjust hyperparameter to avoid the overfitting, and the training set is used to train the model, and the test set is used to access the model. Um, breakdown of breakdown of each model's unit and epochs are in this table. This hyperparameter controls the model capacity and complexity. From this table, minimum time consuming models are GRU and hybrid LSTM GRU. Deep learning model constructing uh, includes testing several combinations of hyperparameter to determine the most effective one. We have set the learning rate at 0.001. Compare the model with the proper optimizer and loss function. So the loss function that we are used here to calculate the difference between the training set and the actual value of rainfall. Additionally, the optimizer is selected to modify the model's bias and weights during training. Then the loss function is set as mean square error, and the optimizer is Adam. Next, coming to the evaluation metrics, we use relevant performance metrics to predict the rainfall axis. Each model performance on the test set, such as mean square error, square root of mean square error, mean absolute error, and R squared. In this step, the trained model are used to forecast rainfall on the test set, and this effectiveness is accessed using the right performance indicators. Indicates the equations of certain evaluation metrics are these, and this is the results of the model LSTM GRU and by LSTM and hybrid LSTM GRU. From this, we can get that by LSTM and by hybrid LSTM GRU, are completely more accurate than other. The data set we are used here has only two features. Therefore, the other models also have accuracy. This is um, okay. This is the pictorial representation of actual and predicted value using LSTM and GRU model for 100 values of data. And this is the pictorial representation of actual and predicted value using hybrid and by LSTM model for 100 values of data. So coming to the conclusion and future work, in terms of predictive accuracy, bi-LSTM and hybrid LSTM GRU outperforms all other models. Bi-LSTM and hybrid LSTM GRU model can be reliable and accurate tool for rainfall prediction in various applications including water resource management, agriculture, etc. Future work evaluating other model and incorporating additional variables to improve the accuracy of the rainfall prediction. The area included adding more environmental parameters such as temperature, humidity, and wind speed. This is the reference we used here, and thank you.
Jyotika madam,
Yes, sir.
nice presentation and nice topic. So
Thank you.
basically, you are going to predict rainfall by using deep learning.
Yes, sir.
So have you decided any region, any country, any state?
I taken this data from Australia, sir.
Okay, means for that country you are going to predict that rainfall.
Yes, sir.
So basically, in your work, which activation function you have used?
Is the activation?
Just like sigmoid and many more you can consider.
Yes, yes,
You, you
sir.
definitely you
Okay.
use.
Basically, I'm using sigmoid activation function, sir.
Okay, no issue. So just tell me something about your data set. How many features are there?
It
And
only has two features.
okay, and on the basis of only two features, you are going to predict rainfall.
Yes, yes, sir. That that's why the accuracy is um, similar to the other models also.
Okay, but definitely you need to improve as compared to other models.
Yes, I want to in more features and added more model. I want to add more features to get more accuracy in that model.
Okay.
I
Now,
consider this as my future work, sir.
okay. Now, general and last question: is it feasible to predict rainfall in any country or you can say in any region?
Sir, I please ask the questions again. I don't clear that.
Okay. Is it feasible to predict rainfall?
Yes, sir.
It's feasible.
Uh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. No issue. I'm done from my side. Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else having any questions? Okay. Thank you, Jyoti.
Sorry, I have one small question.
Yes, please.
So, why have you chosen Adam as an optimizer? Have you tested out other optimizers as well? Any
Yes.
particular reason behind choosing Adam as an optimizer?
I add. I use more of the optimizer, but the accuracy is given only with this Adam models. That's why I use this as the optimizer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Jyotika, for your presentation.
Thank you.
So let's move to the next presentation. And it is depression detection from a social media dataset using deep learning and NLP techniques, a review. And this will be presented by Shweta CH. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Madam, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Is my slides are visible to you, ma'am?
No,
I
not
think
yet.
your screen is not visible.
Yes, it's visible. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Shweta, research scholar at Sayadri College of Engineering and Management and a faculty in Mangalore Institute of Technology and Engineering. And my presentation focus on critical topic of depression detection from social media data using deep learning and NLP technique, a review. As we know, these are the contents what I'm going to cover in the presentation. I'll start with the introduction part. As we know, depression is a mood disorder and a serious mental health condition, which will affect millions worldwide, which is characterized by the persistent feeling of sadness and the loss of interest in activities. And because of this, it will affect a daily functioning of the person. And moreover, this depression is not because of only the person weakness or like they don't have a willpower, but it may depend on like genes, body conditions, and surrounding. So when it comes to social media are the one which are providing a platform to express the thoughts and emotions. And most of the depressed people are using this online platform to share the experience, feelings, and struggles in the form of posts. You may have seen images, videos, or even like the artistic expressions. And the World Health Organization has recognized the depression as one of the major health epidemics. And they have highlighted that the significance of notifying the mental health, which has to be an integral part of overall health and comfort. So, and many individuals who are facing this depression, they don't seek professional help due to some various barriers. So, if depression is left untreated, it can worsen over time, causing serious impact. So it is very much important to important for early detection and intervention, so as to prevent some major depressive disorders or like some suicide risk cases, and a few cases which may require more intensive treatment also. So my literature survey aims to explore how deep learning and natural language techniques can help detect depression from an online content. So you can see a figure. This is essential steps involved in the process. And in the review method, we have analyzed the prominent studies focusing on data source, feature extraction, deep learning technique in extracting the depression related features. So when it comes to a data source, it is actually a collection of huge volume of data, which can be labeled as either depressed or non-depressed based on the appearance of the set of keywords, lexicons, or clinical criteria. So based on these categories, we will be labeling the researchers
Shweta
as
madam.
labeled. Sir,
Sorry to interrupt you. Actually, your first slide is visible to me only. Means I
okay,
think you need to play your slideshow.
slideshow.
Same option. Yes, yes.
From the beginning. Is it
Yes.
visible now?
It is in process.
Sir, is it visible now? Data source slide?
No, madam. Actually, it's showing it's in process.
It's in process.
Just click on that from beginning or from current slide on. No, no,
Set
no. First option. First option.
first option from beginning. I have given from beginning, sir. Is it visible now?
No. Is it
No.
visible to you?
Yeah, it doesn't like your screen is sharing. It's like it's showing like that.
Okay, no issue. Continue.
One Okay, I'll try. Set up a slideshow.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes,
You can click on
Oh,
bottom side also. 68%. Right.
this
Click on
right.
that.
Is it visible now? I tried that also.
Madam, no issue. You continue.
Okay, okay, sir. So when it comes to data source, no, sir. If I go with like this, is it okay for you people? Like,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
okay. So when it comes to data source, sir, as I stated, the researchers will be labeling the data set either as depressed or non-depressed based on the keywords, clinical criteria, and the lexicons. And these data sets will be differed based on the size, quality, and the representation part also. And it is very much essential to review all this present data set which has been collected from the digital network. And they have challenges and issues related to the data collection, labeling, and pre-processing part. So whatever the table, if you are able to see that, I will define a table which contains the data set, list of data set used in different researchers, which are being collected from online uh, this online platforms such as like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, and YouTube. And importance is given more on the processing part of the data set to ensure that the effective depression detection process has to be done. So coming to the feature extraction technique, in our review, we have explored various feature extraction technique like bag of words, n-gram, term frequency and inverse document frequency, word embedding such as like word to vector, group, global vector, embedding from language model, and bidirectional encoder representation from transform. So these are the feature extraction the researcher has used as of now, and these feature extraction techniques helps us to understand the semantic and syntactic detail of the texture data, which will actually capture the essence of the language which has been used in the data set. So, and with respect to the deep learning part, deep learning plays actually crucial role in depression detections. So, researcher has used so many deep learning technique like convolutional neural network, recurrent neural network, LSTM, gated recurrent units, and transform models, and all this. Models will be used to analyze the text data and extract the meaningful features, which will detect or identify the depression related cues. So our review include a comparison study here. I have created a table where this table displays a comparison of various deep learning techniques and evaluated through their respective accuracy. Accuracy values has been in, and various classifier has been used by the researcher. So this comparison, the overall comparison, help us to understand the effectiveness of the different depression, deep learning approaches in depression detection. So when it going with the ethical consideration, as we delve into deep learning detection from social media data, we have to consider the ethical consideration and challenges. The privacy concern, stigma, false positive, the long-term impact, and the negativities, they impact on the depression detection process. So in the conclusion, deep learning and NLP technique offers a tool for depression detection. By analyzing this all online content, these methods can be identified initial signals of initial signs of the depressions, anxieties, and other mental disorders. So, like personalized chatbots or virtual counselors can offer support which can reduce the stigma, and also they can also improve the proper coping strategy. So, as a field of depression, depression reduction using deep learning and NLP, they continues to evolve. Some promising research direction and trends has evolved. Like they can go with an multimodal approach, which combines the textual data as well as the visual data. And the other one is like they can go with an emotional analysis, which is behind the binary classification to provide more personalized insights. Uh, the third one is like they can go with an transfer learning model and the pre-trained model for improving the efficiency. Finally, these techniques can be used in a clinical workflow to address the actual difficulties of identifying the depression. These are the references, a few references which I have used in my presentation and paper. Thank you. Is there any questions?
Okay, Shweta madam, nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I have few questions. So
Yes.
for this depression detection, why you
Yes.
selected deep learning only?
So I felt like compared to the machine learning model, deep learning will be giving a higher accuracy in the depression detection. When I went with the survey papers and all, when I reviewed the paper, I got that information. So I started to use deep learning, sir.
Okay. What is the size of your data set?
So as of now, I have not yet started with the data set collection. I have done with the literature survey as of now for my research work.
Okay. Okay, no issue. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay. Thank you, Shweta, for your presentation.
Thank you.
So let's move to the next one. And the next presentation we have is detection of chronic kidney disease using deep learning. And this will be presented by Veludati Venkatesh. You can share your screen and start the presentation. I think you are not audible.
Ma'am, can you hear my voice? Ma'am, can I audible?
Your voice is very low.
Can I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Good morning to Ahmedabad. I am Venkatesh. I am here to present about detection of chronic kidney disease.
Venkatesh sir, please speak loudly.
Good morning to everyone. I am Venkatesh. I am here to explain about detection of chronic kidney disease using deep learning. Our team members are V. Venkatesh.
Dear presenter, you are not audible properly.
Ma'am, now can I audible? Ma'am, can I audible?
Your voice is actually very low. Could you please increase it up?
Now can I audible, ma'am? Ma'am, now I am audible.
Yes, you are audible, but your voice is very low actually.
Okay, ma'am, I will speak loudly. Good morning to Ahmedabad. I am Venkatesh. I am here to. Ma'am, can I audible now? I am here to present about detection of chronic kidney disease using deep learning. Our team members are V. Venkatesh, D. Gautam, and Durga Anjaneyulu. These are the contents that are abstract, data set description, algorithm used, methodology, architecture, results, conclusion, differences. Coming to the abstract, diabetes and blood pressure are the essential cause of incidental kidney infection. Persistent kidney illness moreover increase the hazard of other medical issue like heart stroke. Diagnostics are going forward to recognize unlimited kidney infections to increase renal blood flow. Inquiries about present day deep learning demonstrate further location of present day kidney illness. Here we created a neural arrangement to recognize the alien algorithm used, that is NLP classifier. Coming to dataset description, the dataset used in this project is obtained from the fabric. It contains 13 normal features and 400 instance and 24 features. That is 11 in numerical and 13 normal. Algorithm used. We used NLP algorithm, that is multi-layer perception classifier. The NLP, that is multi-layer perception classifier, is a type of artificial neural network used for classification tasks. It consists of multiple layers of nodes, each connected to nodes in the adjacent layers. Are trained using supervised learning algorithms like batch propagation. Where the network learns to map into data to output labels by adjusting the weight of connections between nodes. How it works? Let's see the step. First, we have to import CKV data set. After importing, we need the missing values and eliminating outliers. After that, convert test values into numerical values. Then analyze data and split the data. After splitting, convert it to training and testing data. Use the informative feature. To make the proposed model with a list of features. Now set the model NLP classifier. After setting, assign model evaluation to NLP classifier. And train using proposed model. After that, sort data into CKV or non-CKV. At last, we can validate accuracy. Coming to methodology, in data set collection, first we have to gather the data. We have gathered the data from content. The data set can contain nominal features and other like age, serum, creatine, etc. After that, preparing data. In preparing data, it contains outliers, missing values, and you should clean up the data. Ensure that every feature has a single scale and provide impact neural networks convergence during training. Normalize and standardize the data. After that, data reason. Here, the promise will be 50% validation, that is 50% testing and 70% training. After that, data pre-processing. After data pre-processing, handling unusual data. To examine your data for any extreme numbers that can bias the results. Think about changing them to more moderate values or getting data. This is our architecture. After the architecture, data pre-processing. The data is divided into two types, that is taking data set and testing.
I think we should move to the next presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move to the next one. And the next presentation we have is early heart disease diagnosis through feature optimization with ensemble learning based hybrid bagging and boosting techniques. And this will be presented by Rexlin SJ. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Okay, madam, please start.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. This is Jasmine. Our title is Early Heart Disease Diagnosis through Feature Optimization with Ensemble Learning
Slideshow,
Beside.
please.
Yes, ma'am?
Slideshow, please.
Okay. Okay. So our paper title, Early Heart Disease Diagnosis through Feature Optimization with ensemble learning-based hybrid bagging and boosting techniques. So in coronary artery heart disease, the accurate prediction is crucial due to severe consequences of heart disease. So detecting heart disease at the early stage is very useful for medical field. So in this work, we present a method for early diagnosis of heart disease by using some feature optimization techniques and ensemble learning using hybrid bagging and boosting techniques. So the proposed approach have some key steps. The first one is an enhanced unit
Excuse me, ma'am. The slide is not moving. Even slide is not, yeah, now it's moving, but there is no slideshow.
Is it moving now?
No, the abstract is there.
Next screen.
No, it's not moving.
Okay.
Close it and open it again.
Is it moving, ma'am?
No.
No.
No. Yeah, now it's moving.
Now I'm not in a slideshow. Is it moving?
No.
No, always without slideshow, I use it. Okay, so in this proposed approach, we used unit architecture to extract features from the data set, and after extracting, the feature optimization is performed by using modified binary search algorithm, and after that the learning processes happen by using hybrid bagging and boosting techniques. So here we used two data sets for predicting effective heart disease as a Cleveland heart disease data set and Framingham heart disease data sets. So our research objective is first for data for feature extraction, we used improved unit predefined architecture. So this involves that is it's use produce known and unknown attributes from the given set of attributes. So then from this extracted features, this input is given to the modified binary search algorithm. So this one it produces the optimized features from this extracted features. So these optimized features are given as input for the ensemble learning approach. So here we use the hybrid ensemble learning algorithms. So the best three ensemble learning algorithms are used for hybrid approach. And once again, the data sets we use for research proposed methodologies, Cleveland and Framingham heart study data set. So in this slide, it shows some of the attributes of Cleveland data sets. So this data set consists of 14 attributes. So the last attribute is the heart disease. That is, the patient have disease or not. So if it is 0, it represents that the patient have no disease, no heart disease, and it represents 1 means the patient have heart disease. So then the dataset description. So the Cleveland dataset, we have totally 303 real instances, only 14 attributes. But the Framingham heart study dataset, it consists of nearly 3,179 data, which represents the patients have heart disease, and 572 data records which shows the patients do not have the heart disease. So this is our this proposed diagram, that is overall architecture of our proposed model. So initially the information taken from the data sets Cleveland and from your hard study data set, both are combinedly given as input for this proposed method. Initially we did the data pre-processing, clearing the missing values, filling the missing values by using some standard values, and also cleaning the noise information from the data set. After that, it is given as input for the improved unit algorithm. This algorithm, it is processing the data in a matrix format. So it produce some, in addition with your data, that data can be processed in a two-dimensional array matrix format. So it produce large volume of output that consists of, that is called as known and unknown attributes. From that known and unknown attributes, because it is a large volume, that can be given as input for the modified binary search algorithm. This separate the features, that is the features which is more relevant to the target attribute. So that feature extraction is effectively happened by this modified binary search algorithm. Then it is compiled, that is, it is this given to the model AdaBoost, XGBoost, and Bootstrap bagging ensemble algorithms. This is already existing ensemble algorithms. Then our own proposed method, it is the hybrid version of these three algorithms: AdaBoost, XGBoost, and Bootstrap bagging that algorithms. Okay, so these values, so in this proposed method, these four algorithms answers, that is, this result is compared with the already existing very standard algorithms like decision tree, random forest, like that. All the algorithms we compared. The final result, it is the person is having heart disease or not. So that can be effectively predicted by our proposed method. So this hybrid AdaBoost, XGBoost, Bootstrap bagging approach is there is an ensemble approach that combines three best bagging and boosting algorithms. By combining, what's the speciality of this proposed methodology is, by combining these methodologies, we create very accurate predictive model for heart disease detection. So this here we compare our already existing ensemble algorithms and standard algorithms are compared with our own this hybrid algorithms and algorithm and the standard the ensemble methods we chosen. So this modified binary search algorithm. So what is modified binary search algorithm is the data set that features which is extracted from the improved unit algorithm, that input is given for the modified binary search algorithm. This consists of totally three steps. Initial step was first step is initialization. It is start with all the extracted features by unit algorithm. Then second step is ranking features. Ranking means we have to sort out all the features in some order. Then binary search logic. We know binary search logic, we can divide that into the set of features into two sets. One is very effective features and another one is not that much important features. So that is a third step, binary search logic. That is, we have two selected and discarded subsets. Then in the fourth step, evaluation, that is train the model with the selected subset of features. Then the fifth step, decision making, which is it more accurate with the, it is the selected subset, is it more related with the target attribute. If it is not that much related, then we have to discard the subset and we simply the algorithm adjusts the division point and reiterates the evaluation process with the refined subset. Okay, so that's happened in the decision making step. Then finally, once it is refined the division point, once again the last step, it is iteration. The algorithm iteratively refines the feature subset using binary search mode. So by using this modified binary search algorithm, the feature optimization has happened. So then it is given for the our proposed algorithm. In this slide, I'm going to explain what is the experimental results which has happened. So as I told already, there's a proposed method. It is combined with algorithms, ensemble algorithms, AdaBoost, XGBoost, and Bootstrap bagging ensemble algorithms, and our new hybrid algorithm, that is, it's a combination of all the three ensemble techniques. So first, that model result is compared with the already existing methods like naive-based decision tree, logistic regression, k-nearest neighbor, random forest, support vector machines, which are used Cleveland data set. Then second, we compared our result with the Framingham data set. The algorithms which implemented by Framingham datasets, that like decision tree, random forest, AdaBoost, Gaussian base, and linear regression, k-nearest neighbor, XGBoost, and gradient boost techniques. So this performance analysis basically happened by, we compare by using some metrics: accuracy, precision, recall, F measure, and AUC curve statistics. So this is the result of comparison between our already existing algorithms and our own algorithms. So in the top, we can see naive-based decision tree, SBM, NB, KNN, LR. LR means linear regression, logistic regression, SBM, support vector machine, naive-based, K nearest neighbor, and decision tree, random forest. These are all the results we already got from the already existing researchers. The last four rows which shows our own result, that is the AdaBoost algorithm. That is AdaBoost. These are the ensemble algorithms: AdaBoost, XGBoost, and Bootstrap. By using our optimization techniques and feature extraction techniques. Okay, so these AdaBoost, these ensemble techniques, they produce the result 94, 95, 93 like that. Then our proposed method, that is the hybrid method, that which combines these three, that also given the better result. In this is the result of Cleveland data set. So the that data set comparison. Then the next slide shows the result comparison by using Framingham data set. So here also the researchers already they use by this Framingham data set and these algorithms: decision tree, random forest, AdaBoost, Gaussian naive base, and logistic regression, k nearest neighbor, XGBoost, and gradient boost algorithms. And finally, we our own results by using AdaBoost and our optimization and feature extraction technique, XGBoost, Bootstrap, and our hybrid version. So this comparison shows that our after optimization and feature extraction techniques, and our hybrid method gives better results when compared to the previous algorithms. So from this, we conclude that our ensemble learning through hybrid bagging and boosting methodology integrates them in unit pre-trained architecture for feature extraction, and for dimensionality deduction, we use the modified binary search algorithm, that is for feature optimization. Then it is given for ensemble learning algorithms. So it produced better accuracy, like 98.98%. So comparatively, this technique is outperform existing methods by 5%, nearly 5% in Cleveland dataset and 6% in Framingham hard study dataset. Thank you.
Madam, nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, you implemented 3-4 algorithms. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So which algorithm is best and why?
Which algorithm? Our hybrid algorithm is best.
Okay, and why, ma'am?
Our hybrid algorithm is giving better result. Giving better result because of this optimization and feature extraction technique we are using. That technique it produce a better result.
Okay, and which activation function you use?
So ReLU activation function we used in feature extraction, that is in unit architecture. We used a ReLU activation method.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation. So the previous presenter, Veluduti Venkatesh, is ready with his presentation. So you can share your screen and start the presentation.
prediction of chronic kidney disease. These models can analyze large data sets, including patient medical records and lab results, to identify pattern and risk factors. However, their accuracy and reliability are subject to quality and size of the data. The design of the model and analysis of real-time patient information. We achieved more than 98% accuracy to meet the person how chronic kidney disease or not.
Okay, sir. No issue. Just tell me why you selected deep learning approach.
Yes, sir. MLP classification.
Sorry.
It's a MLP classifier, that is multi-layer perception classifier.
Okay. And which activation function you used?
Yes, sir. One second.
Okay, sir. I'm done from my side.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation. So let's move to the next one. So the next presentation we have is Intrusion Detection and Prevention in Wireless Network, a survey of the state of the art. And this will be presented by Naved Ali. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Nawaz sir, good morning.
Yes, good morning, dear Pankaj sir.
Hello, you can start.
Yes, sir. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So, good morning, dear Pankaj sir, and all of you. My name is Navid Raza, and this is my survey paper entitled Intrusion Detection and Prevention in Wireless Network, a survey of the state of the art. So this work is under the guidance of Mrs. Sandhya Arora ma'am and Parikshit Mandle sir. So these are the contents of the paper: introduction, motivation, literature survey, aim and objectives, current research status, next step of investigation, conclusion, and references. So my topic is intrusion detection and prevention system. So the world is becoming more interconnected with the development and internet, new networking technology, and IoT applications. So as we know, day by day, networking technology are increasing. So similarly, at the same time, attackers and intrusion are increasing. So we have to cope with this intruder nowadays. So in recent year, with rapid expansion in cyber attacks, network security has become an important issue for computer systems. There is a large amount of personal, commercial, government, military, and other critical data on the global networking infrastructure. So to protect this data from different intruder, hackers, or malicious activity, one of the popular component in the network security is used, that is intrusion detection and prevention system. So intrusion detection and prevention system having the two parts. First is the intrusion detection, and second one is intrusion prevention system. So intrusion detection system is responsible to monitor all the activities of the networking and find out the malicious activity, intrusion activities throughout the network. And intrusion detection is responsible to detect the intrusion and send the alarm to the admin side. So this is the work of intrusion detection system. Now, intrusion prevention system, it is the advanced version of the intrusion detection system. The IPS system is not only detect the system, it also prevent the intrusion detection. It also prevents the attacks. So basically, this diagram represents the intrusion detection and prevention system. In this diagram, first of all, network traffic coming from the network side, and this network traffic will compare with the signature-based or anomaly-based data set. So if this data set is matched with the signature-based, it will check whether it is the benign. Benign means it is the normal activity. So it will check whether it is the normal activity or the malicious activity. And based on that, it will send the request to the server side. If this is the attack, then it will block it and mention as a malicious activity. Similarly, in the anomaly-based IPS system, the coming the coming traffic from the network side will compare with the system based on the anomaly-based, whether it found with the malicious activity or not. If it is the malicious activity, then again it will categorize as a malicious. Otherwise, it will categorize in the benign. That means there is no attack. So in this way, the intrusion prevention system works. Now, this is the taxonomy of intrusion prevention system. So here I have divided the intrusion detection and prevention system in various parts. First is we can define the intrusion detection and prevention system based on its type. After that, detection techniques, then security threats and data sets. So intrusion detection and prevention systems can be divided mainly 4 categories. First is network-based intrusion detection and prevention system, then network behavior analysis system, then network wireless intrusion detection and prevention system, and last one is host-based intrusion detection and prevention system. Similarly, the IPS system can be detect and prevent the attack based on these 2 techniques: signature-based and anomaly-based. And signature-based detection means whenever known attack, a known data set will match with the new attack, it will be detected. Similarly, in anomaly-based detection system, various algorithms can be used in anomaly techniques, just like the statistical-based, machine learning-based, data mining, and signal processing. After that, state protocol analysis detection. So these are the detection techniques that can be used in the intrusion detection and prevention system. After that, security threats. So various researchers have been worked on the various different attacks. So here main commonly attacks are DOS attack, denial of service attack, distributor denial of service attack, man-in-the-middle attack, spoofing attack, user to root attack, and remote to local attack. So these are the various famous attack that has been introduced into the intrusion detection system. And these are the data set. That is the KDD dataset 99. This dataset is introduced in the 1999. After that, NSL KDD dataset is the advanced version of KDD 99 dataset, which is introduced in the 2012. After that, ICS IDS dataset, CIC IDS 2017 dataset. This CIC IDS 2017 dataset is the modern dataset, and many researchers have not worked yet. Okay, so many researchers are working on this dataset recently. So these are the completely taxonomy of intrusion detection and prevention system. So now why I have choose this topic. So there is a motivation behind this topic. So first is people are over the world are experiencing an era of digitization due to COVID-19 after 2020. So various IoT devices and various internet connected devices are connected with each other. So we had to protect this data worldwide. And after that, as per the International Data Corporation report, 175 zettabyte data needs to be managed and secured by 2025. So there are some critical issues along with this data, like intrusion detection and intrusion prevention, data duplication, denial of service, encryption, and integrity of the data. And wireless network security has become an crucial issue for IoT devices and its application. As per Security Boulevard in 2020, 26.66 billion active IoT devices were connected to the internet. So as we know that how many data are transferring from one device to another device. So there will be always be a new attack and new attackers. We need to way to cope. After that, I have read and survey various papers on this intrusion detection prevention system. But in this literature survey, I have included the very popular or main work. So first of all, author Susilo used the bot IoT dataset using the CNN deep learning methods, and his proposed system gives the accuracy of 91.27%. It is the fast calculation in process, but the limitation of this proposed system is only detect the DOS attack and not suitable for the real-time IoT attacks. After that, author Kiran used the dataset IoT, that is the sensor 480, and he used the machine learning algorithm, that is SVM, Navy bias, and his proposed model gives the 98.95% accuracy. The advantage of his system is efficient and high accuracy, but limited to specific attack type. After that, Louis used the custom IoT dataset and used the perceptron-based trust model and used the accuracy 87.20%. This model detects the various attacks and gives the fast responses, but it is the low accuracy. Low accuracy requires the manual configuration of the system. After that, Zheng used the NSL KDD dataset with the improved genetic algorithm and deep belief network, used the highest accuracy, that is the 99 highest accuracy, handle complex attacks, but his model used the complex training process, require high computational resources. After that, author Rathod used the NSL KDD dataset and used the semi-supervised learning technique and fuzzy clustering techniques and gives the 86.53% accuracy. It is the scalable real-time distributed attack detection, but it gives the low accuracy as compared to other systems. After that, these are the various authors, various researchers applied the various different machine learning techniques, deep learning techniques, and use the accuracy like 89%, 99%, 77%, 99%, and 94%. Okay, so but there are some need to process and to enhance the performance of the intrusion detection system. Still, there are need to enhance the performance of intrusion detection system by using the modern algorithms or hybrid algorithms. So the aim of this paper is to, and also my PhD is aim to design and implement an intrusion detection and prevention system for DOS attack, probe attack, user to root attack, remote to local attack in wireless network using learning techniques. So first objective is to perform extensive literature survey review of intrusion prevention mechanism in wireless network and identify the research gap. So I have studied the various papers. I have studied the 43 papers and find out the research gap of each and every paper, but I have included here 10 papers. And the second objective is to explore and analyze the data set of IPS system for anomaly detection and prevention system. So till now, I am working on the data set. That is the CIC IDS data set 2027. This is the modern data set, and it is the recent data set which include the range variety of attacks. So near about this data set contains the 13 attacks. So I have just submitted this paper in this conference based on my first objective, that is to perform extensive literature review of intrusion prevention mechanism in wireless network and identify the research gap. And this my second objective is to explore and analyze the data set of intrusion prevention system for anomaly detection and narratives. So currently I'm working on this one also. So now, during to reading and examine all the existing research works, I have found out some limitations in the various papers and the future prospects for the future researchers also in this my survey paper. So first one is improvement of learning methods. So in improvement of learning method means future studies could concentrate on enhancing and creating novel machine learning and deep learning methods to enhance accuracy and efficiency in intrusion detection and prevention. After that, IoT security is very important. Future researchers can focus on enhancing security measures for IoT devices and networks to tackle the specific challenges and vulnerabilities present in IoT environment due to their growing integration. Then real-time adaptability is very important because if the system is not detect and prevent the real-time attack, then it will be very difficult to damage the system or to hack the particular system. So real-time adaptability in this is studying methods that allow intrusion detection and prevention system to adjust instantly new threats and fluctuating network condition can improve the system's overall responsiveness. After that, scalability is very important. Research can focus on creating IDPS solution that can efficiently manage increasing network traffic and data volume while maintaining high So at the end, the conclusion of this paper is ultimately this survey offers a thorough summary of present status of intrusion detection and prevention system in wireless network. The rise in cyber attacks and growing connectivity from the internet, IoT, and new networking technologies have made it crucial to ensure confidential government and commercial information. The survey has concentrated on comprehending and analyzing different learning methods using intrusion detection and prevention system, with particular focus on investigating the research dependencies in this field. The survey thoroughly examined various research studies on IDPS system, highlighting their use of different data sets, evaluation criteria such as accuracy, computational cost, and system performance have been employed to assess their effectiveness of these systems. These are the references that I have used in this paper. Thank you.
Ahmed sir,
Yes, sir.
nice presentation, nice topic, nice contents, and nice preparation.
Yes, thank you so much, sir.
So actually, I have two questions.
Yes, sir.
Just differentiate how you are going to detect and predict.
How I can detect and prevent.
Yes, detect and prevent.
Yes, yes, sir. So is my PPT visible to you, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So, sir, in this case, as your question, so I'm using the CIC IDS 2017 data set.
Okay.
So sir, in this data set, there are total five files, and each file contains this size of more than 8 GB. So
Okay.
total size of this data is 51 GB. So
Okay.
sir, so in this case, I am using the known attack data set. Known attack data set means from 1990, how many DOS attack, user to root attack, probe attacks are targeted to the system. These all the data are included in this data set. So whenever the coming networking request coming from the network side, it will be monitor, or it will be match, or it will be compared with this data set. If that coming networking request will match with the data set, then it will be detected, and it will this system will send the alarm to the admin side, and admin can be block the particular request.
Okay, no issue. I think in that data set, 4-5 types of attacks are mentioned.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's a
So
total
are you going to
8
work
attacks.
on all data, all types of attack, or you are going to work on specific one?
Sir, many researchers till now worked on the specific type of attack. For example, DOS attack or distributed denial of service attack. But in my data set, sir, it is the mix of various attacks. For example, user to root attack, remote to local attack, probe attack, botnet attack, that is the IoT attack. So there are, sir, more than 13 attacks are included in this data set.
Okay, no issue. Good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, thank
best
you
of
so much.
luck.
Thank you so
Yes,
much, dear
madam,
sir.
I am done from my side.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you. So let's move to the next one. And the next presentation we have is personalized assistance through artificial intelligence, smart voice appliances. And this will be presented by Mahima Shankar Pandey. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Permission?
Yes, you can share your screen.
Ma'am, my screen is visible.
Yes.
Ma'am, very good morning. I'm very thankful to my committee for considering my paper, personalized assistance through artificial intelligence, that is the smart voice applications. This work is done by my two students, Mr. Santosh Kumar Maurya and Suraj Malik. In this, they use basically creating a voice assistant which is work through the connected to the desktop. It is similar as behave as you can say that the Google, and it is same as the Protona. And it is a new approach for the smart searching using voice assistant technology. For the voice assistant, they using the Python library that is called speech recognition for the understanding the recognition, and for the conversion of the text to speech, they use the Python library that is called PySTX3, and it emphasizes the importance of natural language processing and integration with artificial intelligence technique for developing a smart voice assistant. This proposed system is aimed to minimize the human efforts and make the human life more comfortable by intelligently interacting with other subsystems and controlling device. And this paper suggests that voice assistant can be integrated with an Android applications, which are being in a current trends. You can see that, and to add the data such as calendar entries, set alarms, and reminders. This is the methodology. How a human user firstly gives their permission or gives their sounds, then my voice assistant understand this. After that, that is that done by the natural language processing, and then API has combined them and gives the permission what I have to want to do that. The methodology, you can say that the dividing different parts. First part is a natural language processing to understand the user speech input and automatic speech recognition. Speech recognition is by the speech recognition library in Python, and automatic speech recognition, and next is artificial intelligence to learn the things from user and to store all the information. What I've been sound you have trained, and that is you understand, and firstly you have training to their orders or their permissions, and after that what are their result, that is the training and testing and their validation of their data. And next is the inter-process communication. To get important from other software applications means if you interact with the Android or if you interact with your desktop, then you first need to IPC, that is called inter-process communication. Method. This method is divided in 3 layers or in 3 parts. Firstly, the converts speech to text. Whatever you have give the speech, that is convert in a text. Next, text analyzing. After that, interpret your commands, whatever your text analyzing after that. And next is a next method. It has something that identifying the wake word. Wake word detection actually enables the voice assistant to distinguish between normal talk and the user giving a command. And speech recognition is done by the Google API, that is online speech recognition system, where user can obtain the textual output from the user input, voice input. And text extraction, this extraction of the structured information to perform a task from user voice input, which is converted to text, is called the task extraction. And Google text to speech, it's also done by the Google API. You can see that. And there the methodology, firstly, we start the processing, and firstly we begin listening, then wake word followed whatever you will assign the wake word, then recognize it. If recognition is quit or if recognition is abort, then stop listening, and otherwise then search, response, execute, and commands, and gives the whatever your command that gives the output. The feature of this, you speak naturally, it's behave as the, or you can see that, say that it speaks naturally. It communicate with surrounding to other object. If you communicate other devices to this personalized voice assistant, then it communicate easily, and it is a event-based service. This is the comparison to other VPA which are present. Firstly, Cortana and Google and my student projected VPA. If you talk about voice feature, then Cortana and Google and projected VPA is S, and voice activation in Cortana have not activated, and Google has activated, and projected virtual desktop has activated. And if you talk about touch activation is also done in a Google, and my VPA has also have. And interface, same presented, and gathering information is done by the projected my virtual desktop assistant. That is the gather the information. Gather the information means by collecting the information, collecting the all user data which are needed for the personal desktop assistant, and unique ability, that is the working on basic of the artificial intelligence method. That is the unique ability which is in my desktop. And what is the result? The result describes or provides the key requirement for the comprehensive personalized services in current scenario. And it represents a 3-layer architecture for the system, which has been previously discussed. That is a speech recognition, natural language processing, and then voice assistant. And considering both artificial intelligence and machine learning based and non-AI based approaches, discuss their strength and weakness in the frame of a personalized service. It proposes a methodology to provide the reliable, resilient, and personalized healthcare services and services that address the identified weakness of existing approach. And you can, in conclusion, virtual personal assistants are very effective way to organize your schedule. Through this, you can effectively organize your schedule, and it is a more reliable than a human personal assistant, because personal assistants are more portable and you can use them anytime. They also have a lot of information that any assistant has. They are connected with the internet. And these are the references. And next, thank you. Thank you all the committee, chairman, chairperson. Any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nice presentation and nice contents.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So I have one doubt.
Okay, sir. Actually, this work is done by my 2 students.
Okay.
They include their photo and their audio in a paper. You can see that there about this. And actually, they have not present, so I can present this. And you want to ask your questions?
So can I compare your system with Alexa?
Yes, sir. You can compare it.
Okay. So after that comparison,
yes,
which one is best?
Sir, if you comparison to Alexa, then you can say that the Alexa may be better in corresponding some features.
Okay, sir. No issue.
But if you talk about this unique, actually, this is done by a small project by a student. So it may, we can say that they also
no issue, sir. No issue.
Yes, okay.
Yes, thank you, sir. I'm done, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, anyone else having any questions? Thank you, sir, for your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
So let's move to the next presentation. And the next paper we have is Retailing in the Metaverse, Exploring Opportunities and Challenges. And this will be presented by Anupama Ravinaram. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Thank you. Can you see my screen and the presentation?
Yes.
Okay. So very good morning to all of you. It's an absolute pleasure to be here and to be talking about my research work. So we did a study, an exploratory study for retailing in the metaverse. And we attempted to explore the opportunities and challenges challenges in this field. And I'll briefly take you through the introduction, the research questions, the current trends in retailing, 4 scenarios in the metaverse, and 6 building blocks which we proposed as part of our review, and to the conclusion. So the term metaverse actually was first coined by Neil Stephenson in his novel Snow Crash, which was published in 1992. The metaverse is a shared digital space. In other words, we can say that it is a virtual parallel world, and people can socialize, interact with each other. They can experiment with products. They can learn new things in the form of avatars. They can create on digital representations of themselves called avatars, and they can interact in the metaverse just like how we interact in the real world. And one of the most popular metaverse out there is Second Life. Many companies have actually explored the metaverse for business advantages. For example, Adidas, Nike, Coca-Cola, they launched a new drink in the metaverse, and that was quite popular. So Gucci has their own Gucci Vault in the metaverse, in which people can go and they can test out new products virtually. And the latest addition to the metaverse world is the Apple Vision Pro headsets, which was launched in June 5th last year. And the metaverse is actually gaining traction. And one of the major motivations behind this study was when we tried to understand what the future of retailing is going to be like. When we did a quick exploratory review of literature, we found that a lot of studies are actually coming up in the field of metaverse retailing. And there's been a sharp increase in the number of articles that we found in Scopus and Google Scholar, etc., especially from 2022 onwards. So there is a shift in the retailing perspective, which I'll come to in the next slide. So customers these days, they prefer more of immersive shopping experiences or new shopping experiences. So the research questions that we have attempted to answer from this exploratory study is that how has retailing evolved from the past to the present? What are the different scenarios in the metaverse, and how is retailing done in these scenarios? And what are the opportunities and challenges of retailing in the metaverse? From the last research question, we actually attempted to identify research gaps and areas for further research. So moving on to the current retail trends. Earlier, retailing was done traditionally in brick and mortar stores, and it was more of product-oriented retailing. And it later on moved to the e-commerce style of retailing, in which it is more of customer oriented. So targeted marketing tools such as CRM tools and software is used to identify and identify customer preferences and personalize and provide recommendations of what they are most probably going to buy. The next stage, which is anticipated to be the future of retailing, is metaverse retailing, which is more of an experience-oriented style. A multitude of software and tools is used for increasing and enhancing the experience for customers, and many global brands have actually moved on and actually trying out these tools and softwares to increase the experience for their customers, shopping experience for their customers. So in 2007, there was a metaverse roadmap that was developed by a conference known as SMART. And what they identified is they identified and segmented metaverse technologies into 4 quadrants: augmented reality, live logging, mirror worlds, and virtual worlds, based on the types of technologies that are used and how these technologies interact with the users and the objects in the physical world. So for augmented reality, one example was an app developed by IKEA. They initially, the initial version of the app was like the IKEA had a catalog, and they would the customer can place the catalog on a table, and IKEA would actually display the products that can be viewed through the smartphone camera. But later on, they developed that app, and it no longer requires a catalog, but the users that use the IKEA Place app, that was the name of the app, they can actually view the products in a real-time measurement or scale in any part of their room with the help of a smartphone and its camera. So that's augmented reality, an example of how brands have made use of augmented reality. Another example that I can say is Homebox. So what Homebox did was they launched their augmented reality app just 6 months before the COVID outbreak. And they actually recorded about 2 to 3 times an increase in business sales, especially during that COVID period, just because they launched this augmented reality app for shopping. So that's one that shows how augmented reality is one quadrant as how it has improved sales for many businesses. Another the second quadrant is life logging, which makes use of wearable devices, and Nike was the first mover in this segment. They got into a partnership with Apple in which Apple actually could record the movement or the athletic tracking. For example, through Nike's jogging shoes, Apple could actually record how much the user has or the wearer of that technology was able to run in a day, or their athletic measurements. For example, jogging, how long they jogged, for how much time they jogged, what their heart rate is, etc. So that was one example of how Nike made use of life logging technologies for improving their products and for tying up and for exploring the metaverse. The latest edition is Mirror Worlds. Mirror Worlds, the best example of a mirror world is the smart mirror that is implemented by H&M. So what they did is they implemented a smart mirror in their trial rooms, in which if the user brings a product near the smart mirror, then the RFID tag gets detected by this mirror, and the mirror will show recommendations of different sizes, colors of that product, and how it will fit the user, etc. And they are trialing out the latest trial that H&M has introduced is in one of their COS, their brand name COS stores in the US. Another one is virtual worlds, and the first mover in that is Adidas. And what they did is they implemented the Adidas store in the virtual world, and users were able to access that, and they recorded about $22 billion worth of sales. Especially when they introduced one of their products in the virtual store. So these photographs just show an example of all the scenarios that are displayed before. So the first one is the IKEA Place app. The second one is Fitbit, which is a wearable device that tracks, that live logs the user's activities. This is an example
Sorry to interrupt you, but we are running out of time. So I think.
Yes. Yeah, I'll just and this H&M is an example. This is a smart mirror, and this is Adidas virtual store. This is a classification framework that we developed for this study. We recorded customer experience, marketing, analytics, supply chain and logistics, policies and regulations, and transactions and payments, and we identified many research gaps under these categories. So with this, I will conclude my presentation, and we anticipate the metaverse to grow by leaps and bounds worldwide. And the 6 building blocks can be further used for exploring research gaps. And environmental aspects of the metaverse can also be studied. And we are left with the major question of how policies can be implemented to ensure a safe shopping environment in the metaverse. With this, I conclude my presentation. You can check out the metaverse in Second Life, Zepeto, and even the Apple Vision Pro. Thank you so much.
Anupama madam?
Yes, sir.
Nice presentation, nice contents.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, it's a new topic to me.
Yes, sir.
But I have gone through some websites and I found that nowadays this metaverse is facing some global issues.
Yes, sir.
So how you are going to tackle with that issues?
Sir, in the perspective of research, when we the most pressing issues are the ethical concerns, the legal, the policies, etc. And there are many other concerns as well, like standardization of payments and transactions, things like that. So we have decided to focus our area only on the analytics part of the metaverse, but there are other areas for research as well, which is ongoing, and there are many
In terms of sustainability.
Yes, in terms of sustainability, especially. For example, supply chain. That is, there's a lot of ongoing research, and many papers are actually coming up in terms of sustainability, especially for supply chain industry. And many companies like Mayors, etc., have acknowledged that the metaverse can help significantly in establishing sustainable choices.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Gargi madam, I am done.
Okay, anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Let's move to the next presentation. And the next paper we have is towards intelligent tracking down of malicious applications pre-installed on smartphones sold in African emerging markets. And this will be presented by Dauda Ahmed. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Thank you. You see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm thank for you giving flower. I am Marai Shoroma from Chad. Chad is Africa's country, and I am very pleased to be among of your conference full of wisdom and learning. I will be speaking to present our paper title towards intelligent tracking down on malicious application installed on a smartphone sold in Africa emerging market. This presentation was supposed to be given by my colleague Dauda Ahmed, but due to technical issues, I am speaking in the present essence of our work. I hope that the technology will be on my side to so that I can complete the presentation under favorable conditions. The presentation will revolve around six key points, and we will draw the conclusion at the end. Today, stand before you to shed light on the topics that affect billions of smartphone users worldwide, the role of pre-installed software and its impact on user experience and the privacy. Let us delve into the health on the matter. Firstly, smartphones have become an integral part of our daily life with an astonishing 2.2 billion users globally and 1.2 billion units sold worldwide. This widespread adoption is particularly evident in emerging markets where smartphone usage is experiencing booming growth. Secondly, the pre-installed software on this smartphone play a crucial role in shaping the user experience and safeguarding user privacy. From building apps to system-level software, these components significantly influence how users interact with their devices and the level of control they have over their personal data. Looking at the figure, we can observe a clear trend. Smartphones sold in Africa are generally affordable. This financial accessibility allows a greater number of people to acquire these devices, which represent a significant advances in terms of digital inclusion. Uh, we are witnessing rapid and expensive use of smartphones in emerging nations, which unfortunately comes hand in hand with an uptick in security threats. Many applications are being installed and run on a smartphone without users' consent or knowledge. It is important to highlight that millions of malware samples have been collected and shared with the global research community. However, there remains a significant gap in scientific studies, especially targeting the threat posed by pre-installed applications on smartphone, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. We have three analysis approach: static analysis, dynamic analysis, and hybrid analysis. And we're using machine learning to extract and feature real-time behavior analysis of use machine learning algorithms and so on. It is related work. The objective of our study is to analyze the behavior of pre-installed software in Android smartphones sold in emerging markets in Africa, reveals the serious risk incurred by users of this smartphone, identify applications presenting minor of harmless risk, as well as those presenting serious risks requiring in-depth investigation, extract suspicious features from potentially malicious application. To our methodology, firstly, we utilize an API extractor to extract 1,000 pre-installed applications from 6 low-cost smartphone offers developed. Design of the data set representative of the diversity of smartphones sold in emerging Africa. Mobile security MoveFS is used to take static analysis of the APK and the manifest file, MoveFS report processing and identification of potential vulnerabilities, excessive permission, network traffic, and so on. After conducting our analysis, we collected the score provided by MoveFS for all the smartphones. It is observed that more than half of the applicants received a score of B. Additionally, our finding raises concerns regarding permission requests made by these different applicants. All smartphones exhibit permission requests exceeding 100. This is alarming from a security standpoint and underscores the need for enhanced security measures. Regarding permissions, we noticed that all smartphones have APIs that request permission now to be malicious. The average total permission request per person smartphone in approximately 3,000. Yeah, this highlights a significant concern regarding the potential presence of malicious activities within the application installed on these devices. Similarly, the situation is the same for certificates and network security through these two graphs. We also observe an issues regarding certificates and network security. At the end, in the summary, the result highlight the significant risk to user security associated with pre-installed software in smartphone in emerging countries underlying the need to develop specific trade direction models for this environment and to pursue research in this critical area. For the impact contributed to improving the security of smartphone users in emerging countries, highlighting challenge and proposing avenues for future solutions. Next step, explore ways of improving the security of pre-installed applications by developing intelligent algorithms for detecting potential threats in this environment. Thank you. It is the bibliography can use in the paper. Thank you.
Mr. Ahmad, nice presentation. So I have one doubt. Just tell me something
Yes,
about.
sir.
Just tell me something about how you are going to detect and prevent malicious activity.
Yeah, we use MoveFS, the platform MoveFS to analyze the API file.
Okay, no issue. Thank you. Madam, I am done.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Let's move to the next presentation. And the next paper we have is Unleashing the Power of Data and Analysis of Nifty 50 Pharmaceutical Stocks. And this will be presented by Dhanya M. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Not yet.
Okay. This.
Yes,
Now?
it's visible. Yes.
Okay. So my topic is, sorry for the technical issues. So my topic is Unleashing the Power of Data and Analysis of Nifty 50 Pharmaceutical Stocks. And along with me, I have scholars Sanju Kaladharan and some MBA students, Manjima, Nikita, and Abhit Vijaykumaran. So it's about the pharmaceutical industry, and the industry has expanded tremendously. And now we all know that it's playing a vital role in the global economy as a result of its recent fast growth. The pharmaceutical sector has been tremendous growth and stability in the stock market throughout the COVID-19 epidemic, mainly in United States and Europe as a result of the increased demand for medications and vaccinations. So the pharmaceutical industry has experienced high volatility in its stock market performance due to various factors such as patent expiration, government regulations, and market competitions. So the NSE of India's 50 biggest and busiest trading equities are known as the Nifty 50, and the Nifty 50 index is frequently used as a benchmark for Indian equities market performance and has considerable effect on the stock market in India. So we have considered only the pharmaceutical sector. So the study's primary goals are to create a statistical forecasting model for the pharma company stock market Nifty 50, utilizing two time series model, that is ARIMA and HALT model. And the second is to evaluate the model performance by contrasting predicted and actual measurement errors. So the procedure methodology involves procuring the data, then visualizing the series. Then we have adopted a pre-processing procedures like data cleaning, avoiding the duplication, missing data handling, all these things, and partitioned the data into 60 and 40. And then we have conducted a unit root test for checking the stationarity, and finally modeled using HALT and ARIMA method. And we explain HALT model is actually a data driven model, and ARIMA model is actually a more statistical model, or we can call it as like econometric, or it's a modeling approach. So from using this data driven HALT model and the ARIMA model, we have just compared the accuracy and the performance, how it is performing in the forecasting based on RMSE, MAPE, and MPE values. So we have taken 5 years data from April 1, 2017 to March 31st, 2022. So the adjusted daily closing stock price of the pharmaceutical Nifty 50 has been taken into account from economictimes.com. And our software is used to forecast the Nifty 50 index using the ARIMA and HALT model for the years 2017 to 2022. So ARIMA model, it's actually Box and Jenkins created the ARIMA model widely, and it's known as a Box-Jenkins approach. And a stationary, we normally use it for a stationary data, but non-stationary is also possible. Data that is not stationary, we difference it some d times to make it stationary. So a stationary sequence is subjected to ARIMA. We have three parameters like P, D, Q, where P represents the auto-regression order, Q is the moving average, and D is the differentiation. So the procedures, the steps involved are, we first recognized the model, that means model recognition, that is time series, showed a trend, demonstrating that the series is not stagnant. So we, to make the time series immobile, the time series is deferred, that is we have differenced it. And we have used ACF plot, autocorrelation function plots, then testing and estimation using the parameters, that means with lowest, the model with lowest AIC and BIC is chosen, and the residuals of residual autocorrelation function is also performed. Forecasting, finally forecasting, the estimated model is then applied to anticipate the adjusted closing price for the subsequent 24 months. Then accuracy metrics are also measured. Then HALT model is actually like it's a HALT's exponential smoothing model, or the HALT winter model, and it's a development of straightforward exponential smoothing that makes seasonality and trend in the data into account. So we have three parts for HALT model: level, trend, and seasonality. We have the coefficients of alpha, beta, and gamma for measuring the level, trend, and seasonality. And the equations are given here. And so normally, like the level smoothing parameter is alpha, and it varies with within 0 to 1, and trend smoothing parameter is beta, which varies from 0 to 1. So the following decomposition of additive time series is obtained. So we can see that a polynomial trend is evident from the decomposed daily time series. And the unanticipated COVID-19 epidemic is to blame for the sudden increase in 2020. Other than that, seasonality is not reflected in the data. And from the last plot, it's the autocorrelation function, and it is showing that we have the data is having autocorrelation. So we have conducted an ADF test for checking this stationarity, that is augmented Dickey-Fuller test. It's actually used for checking whether the time series is stationary or not. So the outcome indicated that the data was not stable and the time series was non-stationary. So we suggest we must accept the null hypothesis. So we have done a first order differencing, and the time series became stationary and the p-value dropped below 0.05. Then we have conducted the ARIMA modeling, and AIC is utilized to determine the ideal model order based on the number of model parameters. And during the diagnostic procedure, it's determined that residual or the error cost is white noise or not. So we have just like it's a trial based approach, and we have done for different models with parameters 001, 011, like that. And based on the AIC values, whichever value is giving you the best like lowest AIC, we can go by that particular model. And also along with that, we have conducted the RMSE, MAPE, and MPE, that also the minimum or the optimum value that determines the best model. So coming to the conclusion, in this study, we created two time series models using ARIMA and HALT method to anticipate the stock price of the pharma Nifty 50 index over a 5-year period. Then to evaluate the forecasting techniques, ARIMA and HALT, the study took into account the daily data for the pharma Nifty 50 adjusted close price from April 1, 2017 to March 31st, 2022. And as a consequence of having lower error rates, HALT model's predictive performance was demonstrated to be superior and the market appears to be on the rise over the following 24 months as predicted in this analysis. So this is a good indicator for the sector. One of the causes of the pharma stocks quick rise can be due to COVID-19 also. Thank you.
Dhanya madam.
Yes, sir.
Nice presentation and nice topic.
Okay, sir.
And you are talking about the stock market. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is it really predictable?
Yes, sir. That means so if we compare halt, that means so based on the conclusion that we are getting, halt method is actually good, better in predicting this model. Maybe because the fluctuations will be higher. So that is why halt method is giving you a better lower error value. That can be the reason. So I think short-term predictions are possible.
Okay, good. Actually, I think nowadays when you are going to see your stock market right now, so actually it is news based, or you can say that operators are going to control that market.
Yeah.
It means we are predicting call side right now, but
yes, yes.
actually we are seeing at put side. Means actually, means I want to say they are going to operators are going to control, or you can say big investors are going to control.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, but nice presentation and nice topic. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, so we have come to the end. So I sincerely thank our authors for the excellent presentation and contribution in the session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on the behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during this 8th version and all the previous 7 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 9th version in 2025. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already been forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTIS 2024. I also thank our session chair, Dr. Pankaj Chandre, for chairing the session, and a token of appreciation to him. Thank you for your valuable presence.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
I am really thankful to you, Jatin sir, Richa madam, and your entire ICTIS 2024 Ahmedabad team. And definitely today's sessions are very informative. All presented their topic properly and in well manner. I will wish the best of luck to all the presenters and your entire ICTIS team also. I'm really thankful to you and your entire.
Thank you so much for your valuable words. Okay, so I would request all the participants to turn on the camera so that we can take a quick snapshot.
Jatin sir, nice coordination.
Thank you all for your valuable presence. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Pankaj Chandra sir, and team of ICTIS Ahmedabad. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.